So this is our little What's Trending segment, a quick take on the things that are happening around us and in our worlds. Yeah, so this is not the news. So we know that Kerry Washington just got married.
Woo woo,
Who she get married to?
congratulations.
Was
She got
he-
married to a Niger boy.
Namdi, I'm going to butcher his name, Namdi Asamaga. I can't know how to say it. In Idaho. In Idaho on June 24th, and it was so private, nobody knew about
I
it.
don't even know she was dating
Yeah,
anybody.
that's
See,
perfect.
but that's beautiful though.
Yeah.
She knows how to balance
Miss
her.
Scandal herself.
You know?
Miss Scandal herself. Ooh.
Yeah, but
Do you think that's going to change how people see her on the Scandal? The
No,
shows?
no.
Probably not, right?
She's just
Who
married.
cares?
Yeah.
She's just married. She can do everything else.
Yeah, I can't wait for season 3.
Well, I'm just glad it was an African, one of our brothers.
And he plays for the 49ers.
Whatever.
back.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Giants, Cowboys.
Oh, coming
September.
up. We'll be there.
All right, so let's something more serious. Let's look at Egypt.
Oh, yes. Morsi. President Morsi was ousted 3 days ago on July 3rd. On
Yeah.
July 3rd.
When they took the streets and
Yeah, the
Millions
protesters.
took to the
yes,
street.
like they said,
Once
20
again.
to 30 million
That's-
protesters. I'm
wow.
like, wow.
That's huge.
Do you think this is now taking democracy to another level? I mean, they did it again in 2011, Mubarak.
Yeah.
And then here they are again back in the streets. Are we going to vote ever in Egypt?
Well, I'm sure they will. I guess they're trying to get their voices heard.
Yeah.
And I guess they did the last time, so why not this time?
Why not
I
this
think it's a
time?
big case of buyer's remorse. They expected more from him. And
Yeah, it was-
Yeah, they
It
were
was
just,
just, what, a year?
disappointed. Yeah,
But
it
it
was
sucks
less
because
than
I
a
think there's
year.
like 40-something people, 14 dead so far, at least from what we know.
Well, considering like the number of people who took to the streets,
streets.
that's not that sounds
Collateral
bad.
damage.
it doesn't sound too bad.
Collateral
Yeah.
damage. Do you think ever, like in Africa, we'll be able to do something so big, where we take to the streets and actually
the
get
rest
some
of
of these
Africa, you
people?
mean? Egypt is part of Africa, despite
Oh,
what
I mean,
people
I'm
say.
sorry, the rest of Africa. Yes, I mean. the
Oh,
rest
they
of-
don't consider
I'm
themselves
talking about
Africa,
Africans.
yeah,
but
yeah, but I'm talking about like Uganda, Tanzania.
You know,
I don't know.
I think if it ever does get to that stage in countries or Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, or wherever, I think it's just going to be horrible.
Chaotic, yeah.
And chaotic because there's so much more than that's at stake because we have too many tribes in those countries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's
that's
going to
the
be
big-
people against other
Yeah.
people, not a
It's not
whole
Kenyans
against
against,
one.
And
like-
then the different classes. I mean, you have your
Yes,
middle class and
middle.
your poor class and your
So, with that said, what do you think about the rest of Africa? Do you think we could ever stand behind a cause and actually go to like our square and protest?
maybe the first few days, and then later on somebody will say something, and then it becomes a whole tribal situation. Well, I'm going to talk about Kenya. It could get chaotic. It could get ugly. You know.
I don't think, not even the first few days. I
Yeah.
think from the get-go,
The
it would be
get-go.
chaotic. I don't
There'll be
think
camps
people-
already, just
Yeah.
within the whole
Yeah.
thing. There'll be like, oh, we're this side, we're that
There'll
side.
be too much bloodshed.
Too much bloodshed.
I don't think. I think also the different classes, the middle class and the top,
poor,
the
the
poor,
lower caste.
they
You've got
The
your
rich,
middle, and the poorest.
Yeah.
poorest. It will be the poorest people who take to the streets.
Yeah.
The middle class will probably
Stay away.
stay away, or some people will
Yeah.
join, or will be the students. And we need the middle class involved to help run things.
Yes, actually, and something that you said, and I think this was mostly to do with Kenya. Somebody tweeted something and said, your middle class, they're too busy with their wines and blankets, but they'll never take to the streets.
That's
like they're
true.
gonna do some things when it comes to protesting. They're staying behind closed
Twitter
doors.
and,
I think
and
they just-
Facebook.
they
and
just
If
used
you have a
to-
wines and blankets, which I don't even know what that
They
is.
just used
I
to
hope I'll
leave
go
me
one day,
alone.
but they're
Don't
gonna
interfere
be-
with my business. Just
Yeah, but as
Yeah.
soon as there's a event happening, they're gonna be there.
yeah.
But anyhow, okay. So on a lighter note, Jay-Z.
released his new album, Magna
Which-
Carta.
Holy Grail, which came out July 4th, and apparently made a deal with Samsung, whereby Samsung purchased, was it $5 per song?
For
For a million.
So he's made his money.
So Jay-Z has made his money. I mean, that guy is smart.
5
I'm not gonna
million.
lie, and he has a huge fan base.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's free for Samsung holders, Samsung 4, Galaxy 4.
Yes.
You guys.
I got my 3, but even
You
if
know
I had
what?
my 4, I probably wouldn't have it.
It's okay. Our producer has it, so we're cool.
Yeah,
we're covered.
we'll
We're
get
covered.
the free one from you, Sid.
Oh yeah, did you guys see the cop who shot the dog?
That was just horrendous.
Okay,
It
give
was
us a little
horrendous.
background of that story.
Okay,
real quick.
so Leon Rosby, this was in the streets of California.
Yes.
Hey, was walking the streets, and apparently he was, the cops were arresting somebody else.
Else,
So he said, that he was capturing a video to make sure that
Nobody's
nobody's civil rights were being violated.
But in the meantime,
And he had a dog with him, a pit bull. I think it was a pit bull. It was a huge dog,
a
beautiful
pit,
dog.
A pit bull.
So he's taunting the cops and everything. Then I guess the cops called him out. So he puts the dog back into his car, and I guess one of the windows were down. So he walks up to the cops. He gets arrested, and the dog jumps out of the car
to go defend the owner.
Yeah, exactly. He's barking and everything. And what it looks like the owner, Leon, was telling his dog, sit or do whatever. But the dog was not having it. He kind of walked away.
Well, he sat the first time around, and
But
I think the cop
one of the cops turned and approached the
dog.
dog.
And the
So-
dog lunged at him, and then the cop shot the dog 4 times.
Yeah.
And that was just...
At first, when I heard the story, I was like, okay, what kind of a dog, first of all? Let's go with that, because I'm like, it's a Chihuahua. Even Chihuahuas they can attack.
That doesn't
but,
scare me. I'm scared. The smaller they are, the scarier they are.
But,
it's a
the
bull.
pit bulls are killer dogs,
They're
You see a
very
pit bull,
aggressive.
Yeah,
they're very aggressive.
So, but just if you watch the video, which we'll post it, but it was disturbing the way the dog was shot. I mean, you could see it kind of
4 times.
4
retracted.
times that wasn't warranted.
And you can hear people screaming in the background. I felt really bad because I was like, man. But then again,
No, he could have shot the dog in the leg. I mean, you're trained. Shoot both legs
Or
or something.
tell the owner to get his dog under control,
But
which
the
he
dog
could have
lunged
done.
at him.
But it's only
then
because
a
he
pit
turned
bull.
around and I think
It's a
pulled
pit
up his
bull.
gun.
So I would, if you were in that case, that dog is huge.
yeah. pit
Remember the dog
bulls-
that we saw? If that dog
Yeah,
lunged at you, you would have shot him too.
And pit bulls are
But-
killer dogs, period. So
Shoot, don't shoot. He shot to kill. He could have
should have shot
maimed
the
the
leg.
dog.
He
He
maimed
could have
him.
maimed the dog.
But if he
was
made it, it would have still
ugly,
attacked
though.
him. It could have still, in fact, that's when he would have killed him.
The
If you
first two,
shoot it at a
no.
dog-
I mean, the first time he shot it, the dog moved in the street. He could have gotten into the car, told the owner, okay, get your dog, do
Under
something.
control.
And he didn't do that. He just shot pow, pow, pow.
Well,
And that was
That
just
was ugly.
ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
And the cops, oh, by the way, were just released off their patrol.
Yeah.
So I don't know if any of
Paid
the,
vacation, they'll be out.
Yeah.
They'll be
Paid
back in the
leave.
streets. All right, so
Yeah.
let's touch on the plane crash that happened yesterday. So this airline was I think
South.
originally from China.
It was a South
Korea.
Korean airline.
Yeah, South Korean airline, and then basically on the descent landing in San Francisco, I think the wing broke off.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not really
cracked.
sure what caused it, but I think 2 dead, 2
Yeah,
Chinese.
2 Chinese teenagers were
Teenagers
killed.
dead, and then I think 19 or 18 or something injured. But I mean, it was sad. It was
Pretty sad. And they're looking into, they're saying they're not blaming the San Francisco tower or the pilot at this case. At this time, they're waiting for the black box. They retrieved the black box, and so they're going to be researching the codes.
Investigating.
Yeah. Actually, it's 181 who are hurt, not 18. But then that's something I saw. Like I saw the pictures. It was on CNN yesterday, and I was getting my hair done, so I was just watching the whole thing, and I saw like a picture of people fleeing, I guess, running from the plane. And I saw some people like grab it like with their bags. So I'm trying to think, like, the plane is going down. You guys are, when do you have time to grab a bag to like run out of the plane? I thought that was kind of like odd. But still, you're delaying other people from running out because you're so busy trying to get your bag.
You don't know what people think at the time, Esther.
Yeah.
Maybe
Like what
even me,
people
I'll
had
grab
in their
I'll
bag.
grab my suitcase, my
I don't
bag.
think
I
I'll be
don't
going.
know.
I think I'll be trying to get out of that plane and help somebody in the meantime. But anyway, it is. That's what I think. I think it's a little selfish because as you try to grab your bag, you're delaying another 2-3 people from running out or getting help. That's just my take on that.
That's true.
I
Unless
think
they had medicine in
priorities.
their bag, or I'm trying to think
Valuables,
like.
yeah.
Okay, not valuables. Okay, valuables. That's like just being
Like
plain
it's
selfish.
Valuables.
But if you
Yeah,
had,
don't
No,
you
but
think
there are
it's a-
people who are selfish like that, like, oh my gosh.
that's what we're
I'm not-
saying. It's selfish. If
I don't
they
care.
had-
I have to grab my bag because it has this and that. I'm not leaving
See,
it
if
behind.
I had a baby and it had my baby's milk and formula and all that was there, okay, fine, I get
Yeah.
that. Or your medicine, I get
I
that.
don't think we went with you. If you had a baby, we'd
Yeah.
be thinking
Yeah.
about the milk. You'd be
I
thinking
know,
about
but
your
the
child.
baby.
You just grab your child and run.
Grab your kid and run.
But anyway.
Oh yeah.
Passports, such
yeah.
documents, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's our producer back there who has given us a little input when we stray a little much. But anyway, that's pretty much what's been happening. It's not everything that's been happening. We would be here forever if we were to give you guys all the juice.
Yes. Yeah.
But thanks for tuning in. As always, find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and leave your comments on there. We always love to hear what you guys have to say.